What up? What up? What up? Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to another Transformation Tuesday. Super excited to come to you another Tuesday night with another awesome guest. And before we bring the guest on, want to give people time to find the live like we always do. But we are broadcasting on our public Facebook page and our YouTube page. So if you're on YouTube checking this out, what's going on, people? If you're on our public Facebook page, what's up? I see y'all coming in. Shannon and Russell, and what's up, people? Nicole on YouTube. Miss Nicole, I see you. Make sure you tag your folks if you are watching on the public Facebook page. Hit that share button and put it on your personal profile page so people can check us out, man. We're super excited. Even got my guests chiming in in the comments section. I see. What's up, boss? I see the boss man's in the building. Make sure you tag your folks. 8:03, we'll get started. Transformation Tuesday, if you are new to E2M, if you just stumbled across this by chance on Tuesday, what we do is we interview actually clients that are inside of the group that have experienced the E2M experience, man. So you get a chance to hear testimonials. Everybody's story is different. I always try to find different people with different backgrounds and different stories, just so you can see that E2M is really for everybody, like all walks of life. No matter where you are in your fitness journey, no matter where you are in your health journey, E2M is the perfect place for you to whether you want to lose weight, whether you want to get healthy. And we also we specialize in maintenance and maintaining weight. A lot of times when you do fad diets and things like that, or you do the popular things, you'll do it for a while and then you fall off. So with E2M, we actually have a program that will help you maintain your weight. So all the guests I have on don't have like traumatic weight loss journeys or weight loss stories. Some of them just came in because they want to be healthy. Some of them came in because they wanted to find something stable that they can maintain a good, healthy lifestyle. And so that's what we bring to you on Tuesday, and I think you guys like it, man. We get a lot of really good feedback, and we appreciate that. So it is week 4, and we're excited. Somebody said starting week 4 being sluggish. Hey, it's okay. We're in week 4. We're going to turn it around. This is the halfway mark, halftime. We can get started, and the beautiful thing about E2M and it being an 8-week challenge, you can start right now. If you're watching right now, you've been struggling, you've been been slow this week, you literally can start this week and have an amazing the rest of your round. So, all right, y'all, we're gonna bring my special guest to the stage, Miss Andrea. How you doing?
Good. How are you, Dwayne? Thanks so much for having me.
I am great. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation. We're about what 1 or 2 rounds behind. I asked you a couple of rounds ago. We finally got it worked out.
It's
Uh,
there's a long, long line to be on Dwayne's show, so I get it.
well, I mean, it's 220 possible candidates, so yeah, there might be a little line there, but no, we're super excited. I was excited to actually meet you in person at the Atlanta meetup,
Oh, cool.
and that was a really good experience. So I'm not going to waste any time. Like I always do, I want to hear about your fitness journey before E2M, and then how you found E2M.
Yeah, absolutely. So my fitness journey before E2M, I'm going to start it in Columbia, South Carolina. So we grew up between South Carolina and Florida, but a lot of my career was in the upstate. But just before I got to live overseas in Scotland for a year, which is a whole nother thing, I was in Colombia for a year, and that was the year that a doctor actually told me that I was obese.
Wow.
And I was like, "Shut up, you're crazy." But he was like a nice Asian doctor. He was so sweet, and you could tell he was like trying to be so kid gloves with me, because I'm sure it's hard to tell women that to their face. But he did it, and I was like, this dude doesn't know what he's talking about. And so I was just straight up in denial. When I look back at pictures and things that I had back then, I don't recognize myself. And I'm sure
Mm,
that's a common theme. A lot of people here probably can identify with that. But I'm really like, who was that woman? And I also think, I don't think I saw myself. I think I
mhm.
thought, and I also, even though social media was alive and well, that was a little over a decade ago, obviously alive and well, but I don't think we were like our cameras weren't as great as they are now. It wasn't
Right.
like super selfie culture that it is today per se. And so, if I saw that picture, I kind of just thought, oh well, it's the photographer, it's the angle, it's the light, it's something. The clothes were bad. It's like literally everything but me. Literally
Mhm.
everything but me. Mirrors. I literally thought mirrors were lying. Like all the things. Like I really thought, oh, it's everything else because I know I look good. Is how I felt about myself. So
Right.
I will say I never lacked for confidence, but I did not see that for myself the way this doctor was telling me. And so, I was like, he's like, you should lose like 15, 20 pounds, and I was like, thank you. Okay, I'll think about it. And then I did not know. So I did end up going to Scotland. There was like a global brand. I'm in marketing and branding. Now I own my own business in Atlanta, but I went to Scotland for a year and got to be a global branding director for a 12-month assignment. And when I was over there, part of my package, like I never worked overseas before. I mean, it's like the most coolest thing ever. Um, but part of my package, I was asking like, okay, well, like, do I get a car allowance and what's happening? And, how does everything work? And they were like, everything checked off except for the car. And they said, well, actually, they said our public transportation is really good here. A lot of people use it. It's like, I guess how DC, haven't spent a lot of time
Mhm.
in DC public transportation, but it's like how the good cities with good public transportation are. And they were like, all of your colleagues use it. You should really try it. And if you hate it, we do have a company car you can use. But it was like the wrong side of the car and also the wrong side of the road.
Mhm.
The other side, not wrong, but the signs were different, like everything's different. And I was like, no. I said, I think I can try this public transportation. So I lived as a pedestrian. And so that was the first time. And I think this is key. And one of the things that E2M really shows us is how to move more. I didn't know E2M yet, but part of the lifestyle is just moving more. And that Scotland experience taught me that you have to your body's like a machine. You're like, I literally viewed my body like transportation. I was like,
Mm.
okay, I have to think different. I'm a pedestrian in this city. Like my wheels have to be good. I have to have good shoes, and I have to fuel my body better, differently, because it has to literally get me from place to place.
Right.
And so that shift of thinking of your body like a transportation vehicle was mind blowing for me. And so even there, without like, you know, all the E2M tools yet, um, easily dropped like 20 pounds without knowing it, just
Mhm.
moving more and walking more. And I showed my sister, who I hope is watching, or she'll watch the replay if not. But I showed my sister this picture of me. You can't see me. I'm like pulling like these are pants. They're not pants. But I could literally put an entire arm down the side of my jeans.
Nice.
And they were my fat jeans, Like, and so I was just shocked. Like I wasn't trying to lose weight. It just happened because the food is different and all that. So that was like a preview of
Mhm.
life. And I was really afraid of moving back to the US because I was like, oh no, our food is fatter and unhealthier and they don't have the same rules as the UK does and about food and GMOs and all that kind of stuff. Um, and in any case, so I ended up coming back to the US really afraid. I was walking all the time. I was doing everything to try to maintain that lifestyle. But the South, where are you, Dwayne? Where are you based out of, by the way?
Well, I'm out of Fayetteville, but I'm currently at the E2M studio in Charlotte. So.
Oh, okay. I should know that. I thought you were around here, but I wasn't for sure. Okay. All right. So, in the South, we have no, I mean, that it's not a pedestrian friendly place. And
Right.
so it's hot. Nobody wants to walk when you're in your business clothes in the hot, sultry South. And, so we're just not a walking culture down here. And that was killing me. And I was like, I need something to help me maintain this, or else this weight's gonna come back. And I didn't want it back because I like the new body and everything, and the lifestyle, right? And so my sister Nicole, I don't know if you ever met her. Um, Shout out to her. She's in education. She just made assistant principal at a little.
Congratulations.
I know, I'm so proud. So she was the one who got into E2M first in the family, and she has dragged us all along ever since. I would say drag. She attracted us.
Right.
And so Nikki came in here first, and I didn't know that she had as much weight to lose because, like she can dress, she's so stylish, and I mean, she looked good all the time, but, those E2M pictures don't lie. So she did that front facing picture, that side picture with the arm and everything. And I was like, dang, girl, I didn't know. Like, I'm not laughing at her, but I was like, dang, I didn't know, because we don't like normally see ourselves like that.
Right.
We're always posing with the angles and all the things. And so, and she dropped so much weight. I mean, I know you're on, fitness model mode right now, which congrats to you.
Thank you.
Congrats. I mean, you looked amazing. And still do. And so my sister was starting to look like fitness model. And Sarah Johnson said, yes, that European UK food. I know it's so much better. I mean, you could have a whole conversation about the rules of food and how we should change.
Absolutely.
But that's one of the great things about the E2M formula with food is how clean, really truly clean it is, and how focusing on raw foods is a game changer, literally a game changer. It's just so much that's in our foods. But anyway, my sister was dropping all this weight, and I was like, girl, you can't look better than me. Okay. So that's why, she was posting her progress, of course, because now we know E2M encourages you to post your progress and share. E2M Kitchen is non-GMO.
How to put that out there.
In Atlanta? Is it in Atlanta yet? I know, like
It goes everywhere. E2M Kitchen ships all over the United States.
I need to check it out again because I checked it out when it first came out, and I don't.
Come on back.
Okay.
All right, keep going.
So in any case, yeah, my sister was on supermodel mode, and we're healthfully competitive in that way. And so I was like, no, she can't be at the beach looking better than me. So she got me in, and that was just before my wedding. And I will say, like, I feel like I look pretty snatched for the wedding photos, even though our photographer lost our photos. But the photos I have, I look great. So
nice.
And yeah, so that's my journey. That's a long way of saying that was my journey before E2M and who brought me in. And I'm just shocked now, because Jeff's formula of always sharing out your progress and sharing your workouts, not even just in the group, but also like I put mine in my stories. I put mine occasionally like in my posts. I don't want to over kill it because, people get tired of us, but I will shout out E2M all the time. And I'm amazed. I have friends in here that I didn't even know was in here. They didn't even tell me. They just snuck on in here, and they were like, and I was like, I literally saw someone this weekend, and her and her husband were in it, and it's really her that's doing it, but the hubby came along, and I was like, how come you didn't tell me? She was like, girl, she said, you're my inspiration, and I watch your E2M stuff all the time, and I didn't even know. Like, it's amazing who you end up inspiring to join and be in this, and you don't even know who you're affecting. So I'm going to say that as a shout out. That's genius on Jeff's part and all of the coaches' part to encourage people to post, again, like not just in the group, but it draws people to this lifestyle and culture where you post it out on social media. So I absolutely recommend that.
I love it. Good stuff. So for a couple of things, the first one, for those that are watching on Facebook, if you are watching on the Facebook page, because this isn't inside the group, you can actually tag someone that's not inside of E2M and they can watch this video. So just want to put that out there. But I want to bring up what you mentioned about not having to, a lot of people, when they lose weight, they was like, oh, you gain so much confidence. Because I was the same way. I was confident, heavy. Like I tell just Jeff that all the time. I was like, hey, man, I was confident back then. It didn't matter. But it's good to hear, because everybody's story different. Some people didn't have confidence and then they had it once they joined E2M. But, I will say now the confidence is even more. Like if that's even the thing, just to not only for looks, but also just for lifestyle and being healthy, so I wanted to definitely highlight that. And then you kind of did my job talking about posting, because posting is super, super important. when it comes to this program. That's how we keep going, and you never know who you inspire. People follow us. Like I said, this is the social media age. This is the selfie age, and when you post your story, man, you never know who you can inspire to get them in. So, all right, so let's take it back to the transition, because you knew you wanted to be healthy. You knew you can let your sister outdo. How was that first week once you entered in? Like, how was that experience once you came in? Brutal. Go ahead and talk about it.
It was so hard. It was so hard, because here's the thing, Dwayne, and I know you know this, and I know everybody watching knows this, but we know the things, we kind of know what we need to do. Everybody knows you should eat right. Everybody knows you should work out or move more. Michelle Obama told us to move more, get moving. Everybody knows the things, we know it. But it's one thing to know it, and it's another to do the thing. So that's part of the motivation part, right? Like, it literally provides the motivation needed to get up off that thing and move, and also do the meal prep and all. So I will say, like, if you're a newbie, granted you're in week 4 now for those already in it, but if you're joining, it's it truth be told, it can feel daunting because it is asking you to change your life. It's asking you to change up your life and everything about it, like how you prioritize the things throughout your day. The bathroom becomes your priority.
Right.
Like, you need a relationship with your bathroom. So, and that's hard for some. That's a real adjustment. I saw somebody's post who's a nurse in E2M, and she was saying, like, I'm gonna have to, like, get a bag or something. She was like, I don't have time. I can't be in the bathroom like all the time. And I get that, and I think it's just a journey. It's a different process for everyone to figure out, how can I make these changes in my life in a way that's going to fit what I'm doing. And sometimes it doesn't fit. And sometimes
Right.
It's some other changes that have to happen. It's some things that have to get cut out, sadly, in order to make room for what this lifestyle is asking for. So that water is so big, and the food prep is so big, and your groceries change and all that. So it's a lot, and it can feel so daunting. And I know a lot of people will, and you probably know this, Dwayne, a lot of people will quit in that first week, or they want to quit, or even after day 1, they hit it. They look at that list and they're like, I can't do it. Bye. And that's a shame, because you're missing out on your blessings doing that.
Absolutely.
And that's why I think E2M is so special, because it gives you people, to
I'm
help.
going there. Hold on. I'm going there. But before we're gonna go there. Before we go there, you said something. You're doing something different because you want a different outcome. A lot of times people, like, that, we know head knowledge. We know what to do. We know if you eat chicken and broccoli and you move, it's going. But when you actually put it in action, you put wheels to it, you put feet to it. You're doing something different, and you're doing something different because you want a different outcome. If you keep doing the same old thing, you're gonna always end up with the same old results. And so, making that change can be difficult. But if this is week 4, we're talking about your why. If your why is strong enough, if why you want to do it is strong enough, then you'll tough through those matters. So, speaking of having people with you, that is, I call it the magic formula E2M. This is the part that we can't really show. It's hard to explain, but talk about the people inside and the community, and how was your experience with it?
It's the best. I think it's just the most positive place you could ever experience. And granted, I think everybody, like, I'm a foodie, so in the beginning I didn't read all the things, and I didn't know to not post food. And so I'm making my food. I want it to be pretty and beautiful, because I love beautiful food. And so I'm all proud of it. And you get your hand slapped and all that. I don't know how it works now. It's been a long time since
It's still the case.
Yeah. I know you can't I know you still can't post it, but I don't know how it's handled. But that sometimes, like, when you're new and you get your hand slapped in a way, that could be potentially disconcerting. But
Yep.
I think that's why it's so important to watch Jeff and the coaches and listen to them, Some people didn't even realize that they're supposed to look at them, or how or whatever. But that makes a big difference because then you get explained, why things are happening, and you can brush it off and know it's not you.
Right.
You're also adapting to an E2M culture. It's a whole different world in E2M little Facebook group. So, um, what was your original question? Oh, the people. So back to the real people, back to what matters. So the accountability partners, we used to have a group called Thundercats. We're still cool. Oh, she said, why shouldn't we post food?
I'm gonna handle that. I got it. Go ahead. Keep going.
We had a group called the Thundercats. We're still the Thundercats. It's so cool. So those of you who are not old enough, the 80s babies know the Thundercats, commercial, little, not commercial, but cartoon is so cute. And so that was our group. And it's just a way for people to stay accountable and, really cheer each other on in the DMs and check in on you and say, hey, you didn't post today. Hey, you didn't do this. Or they're the people who help tag you. Like my sister, she definitely helped him. I mean, she should be an E2M ambassador herself. She tagged me on all the stuff, did all the things, all the lives. She was like, come on in here and do this Zumba. Come on in here and do this. And here's she tagged me on the little menus and all that good stuff. And so I'm like, okay, here it is. So you need those people to help you navigate E2M world and figure out the culture. So you don't get lost is one thing, but also you need them to cheer you on. So there's so many awesome people who are just so positive. And I know a lot of people just aren't natural posters. They're just like, I'm not a social media person, and I'm not a selfie person. It's hard for them to think about posting in a group. I know, because I'm married to one. So I'm trying to post for him sometimes and all that. But if you can get yourself to the point where you can post, all you're going to find is positive encouragement. And it's just going to hype you up. It's the thing that helps you say, okay, I'm going to do this hard thing today that I don't want to do. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to make myself do it because I know Nikki is watching, or I know Crystal is watching. I know my friend Maria is watching. And they're doing it. So I'm going to get myself up and do it and make the food and drink the water and use the bathroom.
Absolutely. No, that's one of the vital parts of the group, and that we can't really we can't publicize that much. It's hard to explain the accountability portion, the encouragement. And then you said something that I really love is how positive the group is. I mean, we make it a point. Like that's one of my tasks is to make sure that we monitor the group and make sure we keep it positive and keep that positive energy going. So I am going to address the coach addressed it in the comment section for the young lady when we end, and I pull you off. I'll address the food thing as well. But as we get ready to close, what would be your words of encouragement to a newbie that's 4 weeks in? Because week 4 is a lot of times when people fall off or drop off. For me, week 4 is my turn up because I actually saw results. Week 5, I was like, oh snap, this is working. So and I'm gonna drop that picture in here tonight, my week 4 results. But talk about or give some words of encouragement for those that are listening, or even those that are watching publicly that don't know anything about E2M. What would you say to them?
I would say that of all the fitness things you've ever tried, this is a difference maker because of the community. There's a lot of different diets. There's a lot of different menus. There's a lot of different programs for fitness and all that you could do. Your gym's got it. Everywhere's got it. But the proof is in the pudding. It's the people. You see the photos. They're not all souped up. I mean, now they have AI scanners. You can tell when they're
right.
Somebody really trying to edit something up, super edited up. But I mean, there's just too many people to make that up. The results are real. And the people who maintain it are the most fantastic. And what's even better is, to your point about there's all kinds of people in E2M. I think that when people get discouraged and they fall off, because that happens. I mean, I've definitely fallen off a couple times. And, the point is that you're not alone. And that's the thing, is that you're never alone in E2M. Then I think that's where we fall off in the US and otherwise, with any program that we do, is because nobody's watching, nobody cares. No one knows that you're doing it but you anyway. So there's really no consequence if you don't do the thing. Versus in E2M, people care. They notice. Your regular people will notice. Okay, where have you been? And they will follow up on you, and that's a difference. So I would say if you're new, you haven't joined, it's one of the best things you could ever do. If you need a little hype community, let me tell you something. That ATL event, I have never been to a more hype 5K in my life. I
Yes.
mean, I just need that. I just need, who is that? Brett. I just need that encouragement at the end of that finish line. I mean, they were like preaching at the end of that finish line. I was like, what? Let me run faster on this. And it's like that on an online experience as well. It's just so much actual encouragement and motivation. And I think that's a thing that a lot of people are missing, to make that difference between actually really making change in their life. They want it, but they can't get it because they don't have that missing thing. And E2M's that missing thing.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said. I appreciate you coming on. This was super cool. Definitely. Thank you again for your time. And yeah, we definitely we second everything that you said. So I'm gonna pull you off the screen and close this out. And I want to say goodbye to the folks.
Bye. Thank you, Dwayne. You're a rock star, and all the coaches. Y'all are awesome. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. All right, family. So as we get ready to conclude, I know we ran a little bit over, but hey, it was good stuff, and we appreciate you hanging on. Just real quick, just wanted to address the why you can't post food and the group question. And Jeff answered it in the comments. A lot of times when it comes to eating healthy, we're learning, especially if you're new, and you may prepare a meal that you are proud of. It may be the best healthy meal you ever prepared before, but if it's not necessarily to the standards or to the list that we have in place, then some people might say, "Hey, that's not on the list," or "That's not right," and we don't want you to be discouraged. This program is all about positivity, all about encouragement, and so in that, instead of going through that discouragement of posting food and people possibly criticizing it, we would much rather you not post food and post sweaty selfies. We'd love to see your face, or anything like that, or your mat, or your weights, or whatever. And so that's kind of the rule that we have, and it is for you. We definitely want to do it for you. So, but if you do want to post food, all you got to do is order E2M Kitchen Meals, keep it wrapped up, and show us a picture. We will definitely keep that post up because we're excited about E2M Kitchen Meal. Make sure you go to e2mkitchen.com. And if you're ready to take, or not ready to take, but if you're ready to continue to advance your fitness journey, you got E2M Premium, which is not only for people that's ready, for the next level, but it's also for people that don't have enough time, people that run short. Those are 15-minute workouts. So make sure you check out E2M Premium, E2M Kitchen, and we appreciate you guys tuning in to Transformation Tuesday. Till next time, y'all. Peace.